Good morning from the NBC29 Digital Desk. I'm Jared Klein coming to you live on this Friday morning. Hope you're having it off to a great start. Let's take a look at the top stories you guys are clicking on over on NBC29.com. Coming in at number 1, UVA running back Mike Hollins possibly turned loose for spring practice. Yeah, that's a story we told you about yesterday. Coming in at number 2, Charlottesville City Schools to take sole ownership of K-Tech. We'll get to that story in just a moment. And at number 3, Charlottesville Police have a new canine recruit in training. We'll get to that story as well. But first, Charlottesville police are investigating a report of gunshots being fired last night. Officers said callers reported hearing 5 to 10 shots in the area of 10th Street Northwest. When police arrived, they found multiple shell casings on the ground. So far, there are no reports of any injuries, and we'll, of course, keep a close eye on the story and let you know about the latest developments over on NBC29.com. Well, Charlottesville City Schools will soon be the sole owner of the Charlottesville Albemarle Technical Education Center, or K-Tech. This is a partnership that dates back to 1969 between the district and Albemarle County Schools. Now, back in December, Albemarle County actually offered to buy the city's share of K-Tech for more than $5 million. But Charlottesville Schools shot down that offer, saying it did so to ensure its students could continue learning at K-Tech. The division says continuing the joint ownership was its first choice, but it was no longer an option when the county chose to dissolve the partnership last year.
Career technical education is becoming more and more popular as students are deciding that college isn't worth the cost. So we're trying to fulfill the needs of the community. So that's why it's important for us as the city of Charlottesville to protect the interests of our students as well as provide the services for the region.
The vice chair of the Charlottesville City School Board right there says students will not notice any difference, and Albemarle County students will still be able to attend K-Tech. The change will impact the city schools financially, but the division says it's been working with City Council to make sure there is enough room in the budget. All right, well, the Charlottesville Police Department is welcoming its newest recruit. He's only a couple months old right now, but soon he'll be working on some big cases. NBC29's Isabel Cleary introduces us to Blue.
The Charlottesville Police Department has expanded its team by 1. He joined the department 2 weeks ago from New York.
Really what he's going to help us do is when we have calls for like missing adults, missing juveniles, even if it's to a suspect escaping from somewhere. Use him and his nose.
The latest addition to the team is an almost 4-month-old bloodhound puppy.
He runs around, he's energetic.
Named Blue.
He's keeping us on our toes. He's an all-around great dog.
Blue will fill a hole in the department that in the past had to be outsourced.
We have utilized other agencies and called other, like Albemarle County, Louisa, other agencies with bloodhounds, and sometimes they are either not at work or they're tied up as well. So then we kind of have to try to search for people or things in that nature by ourselves.
Blue will go through a year-long training with Officer Nash and then get to work.
Have calls where there are missing adults, missing juveniles. Now we don't have to call other agencies. We have our own in-house dog that'll be able to help with those calls, which I think is a major thing in Charlottesville.
He's also going to be a way for the community to bond with the department. And right now, it's all about socialization.
I'll get to know him, he'll get to know me a little bit better, and then that's when we'll start putting him on the street and start going out to the call.
He's already loving the attention and the camera.
With him, we can rescue people a whole lot quicker and a whole lot faster.
In Charlottesville, Isabel Cleary, NBC29 News.
That is so cute. Did you see that that yawn he had in those floppy ears? So adorable. All right, well, this next story is pretty cool. Check this out. A Charlottesville bakery is kicking off Black History Month. Petite Marie Bette near the downtown mall is selling cakes featuring prominent black figures stenciled on top with powdered sugar. Take a look at this. Comedians Kevin Hart and Leslie Jones are just 2 of the people featured this month. Each day the cakes will have a new face on the top.
And those people can range from somebody who you might really know really well, like Kendrick Lamar, or they might be somebody local whom you may not have heard of, like Vivian Penn, who was a UVA medicine alum.
If you'd like to order one of these special cakes, you have until the end of February. All right, let's take a look at the holidays we are celebrating today. It is National Bubblegum Day. It's also Doggy Date Night, and I use this as an excuse to include a picture of my own dog Cooper here, so I'll be sure to take him on a little date tonight. And it's also Elmo's birthday. That's right, the Muppet is one of the main characters, of course, on Sesame Street, who first made his appearance in 1970. And you probably remember this, the Tickle Me Elmo doll hit the market in the mid-1990s, and of course, that was an instant hit, and the rest is history. Well, speaking of holidays, there's another big holiday coming up here in just about a week or so. That is Valentine's Day, and the Willy Wonkas at Gearhart's Fine Chocolates in Charlottesville are already hard at work preparing for it. Owner Tim Gearhart says he always works 3 steps ahead to make sure he can support the rush of customers this time of year. He pre-orders raw goods to avoid supply chain issues and to keep his prices level. Gearhart says he has not had to increase his prices in the past 2 years, even with inflation.
We generally walk very carefully on increasing pricing. We try to stay competitive, but also remember, our market and who our customers are.
Gearhart says he's making more than 12,000 chocolates a day thanks to his hard-working staff and supportive customers. And I think the best form of chocolate over the next couple of days will be hot chocolate, because it is supposed to get very bone-chilling cold out there starting tonight and into Saturday, but it's supposed to warm up toward the end of the week. And coming up at noon, Dominique will join us with the latest on her forecast. That'll do it for us here at the NBC29 Digital Desk on this Friday morning. I hope you all have a great weekend out there. We'll see you again on Monday.